Hello, Di here. I'm in a real hurry, but I just wanted to throw up a very quick video on weaving as a hunter. I'm running a kind of weird spec at the moment where I'm survival, mostly for lightning reflexes. I'm gonna remove this Vive Instinct talent and probably put it here in barrage, especially now when I have the 6 set bonus of tier 4 or 3.5, whatever you want to call this tier. I did now finally get Strings of Fate and Poleaxe of the Beast, and this Poleaxe in particular is big for weaving, both because obviously it's a good melee weapon with high damage, but also because of the equip effect, granting focus fire now grants you and your pet 4% extra increased damage per stack consumed for 20 seconds. So that essentially means that every time you use focus fire, what is it now? You gain not only the ranged attack speed, but you also gain the 20% bonus damage, and that, for that matter, also applies to your pet. So when you are weaving, I'll upload a video of this, and if you want to, you could look through that, obviously. But when you are weaving, and what does that entail? That entails that you want to run in and out, and instead of using Wyvern Strike as you would in Naxxramas, you're now going to prioritize using Flanking Strike. You're not going to use Wyvern Strike at all, honestly. So you're going to do Flanking Strike. Sorry, my throat is killing me. That means you cannot run Kill Shot, obviously, because it's the same slot. That also means that without Kill Shot, rapid killing becomes less valuable, paving the way for lock and load as a useful head run. So whenever you have downtime or you're moving or whatever, when you're going into the dead zone, Strings of Fate is really nice, right? Because you can move and shoot on the fly, but you still have dead zone, right? And so if you're moving and you have downtime, try to see if you can pop a trap in, yeah? That'll give you a lock and load, and this lasts for 20 seconds. You can utilize that whenever you want, honestly. But the explosive trap deals damage on its own, gives you lock and load. When you then get out of dead zone, you can smack bang 2 chimeras back to back or multi-shot, all depending. So the ability priority will obviously depend on the scene you're in. So if it's just a single fight, like on Mason, at least parts of the Mason fight, you probably want to prioritize Chimera. But if there's multiple targets, especially when you get the 6 set bonus, you definitely want to prioritize multi-shot. So there's that, and you want to weave in and out to start building up also the flanking strikes. And why is flanking strikes so good? Well, first off, it's a nice ability filler you could do. But every stack of flanking strike, you deal. Where is it now? Here, you deal 8% more damage. And that kind of starts climbing up a bit, if you got this, 20% more damage from the Poleaxe, whenever you have focus fire. So that's sort of your primary priority. It's keeping focus fire up at all times, necessitating as well that you run the focus fire run instead of like TNT if you're full range, or Raptor Fury as you would in Naxxramas when you're weaving. You want to do focus fire now. Which is okay on its own, but becomes really, really good with combined with this Poleaxe. So you want to, that's the highest priority, and focus fire is built whenever your pet does a basic ability attack, so such like claw. So you don't want to use bite or high either abilities with cooldowns or high focus cost. You just want to have it be spammable as it can be, right? So every time your pet does claw, you'll build 1 stack of focus fire. When you have 5 stacks, you pop this off, and you get 20% bonus damage. So you wanna build that ASAP, and so that's what you'll be using on the wrist. And given that we are prioritizing flanking strike and raptor strike, probably not gonna do wyvern strike. And honestly, I see most of the specs run full marksman with true shot and ranged weapon specialization, 3/3 barrage, and they're going to beastmaster with unleashed fury, improved expert hawk. These are nice talents, and probably, well, possibly better than going survival lightning reflexes. So I don't know. I just love Surv. I think it's fun. I will remove this talent and put it into barrage, I believe. No point in having it here in any case. Anyway, so you want to build the focus fire, keep that uptime 100% as best you can. Then you want to weave in, build up flanking strikes, and you go out and shoot and do whatever here. And whenever your pet does a basic attack, that means claw, you'll build the focus fire stacks. So you do focus fire, you get that ranged attack speed, that's okay. You also get bestial focus with the poleaxe, that's okay. And whenever also, and this is important, whenever your pet does a claw basic attack, there's a 50% chance, as you can see here, that the cooldown of flanking strike gets what's it called, returned to 0. And you're kind of dependent on this happening in order to keep flanking strike up and running. Flanking strike goes to 3 stacks, landing at 24% extra damage. So you also, as best you can, keep this at 100% uptime. However, you will see that when you're weaving, there are times where it just doesn't happen, and it'll run out. Like here, it'll run out. The pet's basic attack didn't refresh flanking strikes, and you just cocked. So there's a bit of RNG here involved, but as best you're able to, you want to keep flanking strike stacks at 3/3, which is the maximum, granting you 24% extra damage. Very, very good. You combine that with focus fire with the poleaxe, bestial focus, 20% damage here. Very, very good. Another important thing, and I recommend just weaving a bit and getting it into the fingers, but you see now, whenever I use focus fire, I grant my pet extra energy with which you stand for a short while, an increased probability of resetting flanking strike cooldown. I should say here. And granting 4 focus to your pet for each application of frenzy consumed. So that's 20 extra focus on your pet. When you do that, bang, so 20 up here. Probably giving your pet an extra claw attack and possibly letting you get flanking strike reduced. So whenever you have focus fire up and running like this, and you got 5/5, you don't need to refresh it, right? As long as you have the focus fire and the bestial focus buffs up and running, you might be best out waiting with popping focus fire until like now, when you have flanking strike on cooldown, you pop that, you saw immediately reset because you gave the pet energy. So you want to try and time this as best you can, and not just spam focus fire off cooldown. You wanna, as long as you have the buff up and running, it's cool. You can chill. And right now you want to use it. Flanking strike is on cooldown. We need it reset ASAP. Hopefully it happens. Doesn't happen, so we were cocked. That happens, that happens. There are a bit of RNG. I wouldn't lose my head over keeping flanking strike up and running, because if you push too hard, you might find yourself doing weird weaving, suboptimal weaving, in order to try and fish for a flanking strike refresh. So just, I think first prio, just have a smooth weaving in and out with optimal ability usage, and keep bestial focus high, and then as best you can, you build these stacks up as soon as you can. And again, you prioritize Chimera or multi-shot, all depending on how the scene looks. If there's a lot of ads you wanna include in the kill, you might be good using multi-shot. There are some rumors that the Warcraft log rules for logging will soon be removing the ads on fights, like on Calderon and Solistrasa, on Mason, and so on, such that if you're prioritizing on parsing instead of dealing damage, you might be best off prioritizing Chimera instead of multi-shot. In any case, let's watch a little bit over the video here. I think I'm weaving for about 10 minutes or so, and you'll see there's a rhythm to it, obviously, but sometimes you fuck up, and sometimes you get fucked up. So pretty normal initiation. You pop a freezing trap, pre-pull, you hunt a smock, you send your pet in, you serpent sting, get that armor running. It's kind of fucked on these target dummies because they're immune to serpent sting and they're immune to chimera shot. So we just gotta pretend it's up, right? You chimera, double chimera. I'd recommend doing an immo trap, going into melee, getting flanking strike up and running. As soon as you have 5/5 focus, you pop that off. And you see flanking strike refreshed here. You get another strike off. You go out into range. You try and weave in aiming shot as best you can. You see here I run in. I tried to fish for another flanking strike, didn't get it, got cucked. So this would be suboptimal weaving. Not sure, trying to do a good weaving video, but that was bad. I probably shouldn't have run in there. Should have just utilized high DPS ranged abilities and ran in when I know I had a flanking. But you'll see me sometimes just gamble on that next claw will reset flanking strike. And there is a good chance, right? There is a 50% chance that'll happen. So yeah. There's a kind of rhythm to it. I just highly recommend you go and just get some practice in. I like weaving, and you see the timings are fucking close here, right? Here's flanking strike. It's not yet refreshed. And focus fire 5/5. I'm gonna pop that probably. Try and fish for a reset. Give my cat energy. Does a claw. It resets. There's 1 second remaining here. I'm just gambling here. Gambling that I'll be able to run in and flanking strike, bam, on 0.5 second remaining, refresh it. That was beautiful, right? Raptor, flanking, the pet strikes. It's back to 3-3 with 10 seconds. We're good. We're still in the zone. And just continuing. Chimera multi into an Amid. This is perfect. No clipping on the auto. Into a trap. Flanking is refreshed. 0.5 second remaining. 0.3 maybe. Bang. We're in the zone. This is good. We're still doing very good here. Flanking strike is on cooldown. We do have some time left on the focus fire, but there's no point not popping the focus fire now because we want to give the pet as much energy as we can so it can spam close so we can refresh this. And the sooner it is refreshed, the sooner you can start laying out the next ability queues, right? So here we know flanking strike is up. I think I do like an Arcane shot. I try to avoid using Arcane shot ever if I can help it. I run in here, 0.3 second left on flanking. That's beautiful. We're in the zone. Get that refreshed. I don't know why it's fucking bugging up so much the video. Back to ranged. Not good starting an Amid here. I do a multi into an Amid. This is decent, but you see me. I think I cancel it and do a normal shot instead just to get in. It's priority to have the flanking strike running. There we go again. Probably an aim. Okay, do a trap. That's okay. Chimera, run in. 0.3 second remaining. So the timings here are fucking awful. Really, really close. And here, I could pop focus fire already, but there's no point, right? I know that I will go in and use flanking strike, get this on cooldown 30 seconds, so I know I will want to fish for more claw abilities just in a second, right? So I'm holding off on using focus fire until I've used flanking strike, bang, and you'll see me use focus fire now. Give the pet energy such that they can spam claw. Hopefully this will refresh very soon. I was unlucky, did not get refreshed. There I go, get it refreshed. And I fuck it up here, I do an Amid, but we are still getting in soon enough, right, to refresh the flanking. So it works out, We're still in the zone. 3-3 stacks. Here I do another amid. This is kind of pushing it. I do a trap running in. That is good. I can use this later. No stress using it immediately. Get in, go for the flanking. 0.4 second remaining. We're in the zone. This is good. This is good. I fuck up the dead zone. That is terrible. Run in. 0.5 remaining. This is great. We're in the zone here. Do a late amid. Cancel it. That's the cancel macro. Whenever I mess up and do a late amid like here, watch out. This is gonna clip my autos, this is gonna clip my autos terribly much. So I cancel it, pop a trap instead, pop some multis, get in, refresh flanking. 3-3, we're in the zone. Pop focus fire. There we go. Pop some cooldown. I don't know if I even meant to do that. You'll see me run Viper here, by the way. This is just because I'm by my own. I'm not in a raid. I don't have a Shadow Priest giving me boatloads of mana, right? So I would obviously normally be in Aspect of the Hawk or Falcon, whatever. So this is the this is the aspect I'd be in. I was just using Viper to be able to churn through the abilities. So I could weave sensibly. In a raid, I will have a Shadow Priest umfing me mana, and if mana ever should be a problem, I'll use mana potions and demonic runes and etc. So, but yeah. And anyway, I continue. So here, oh, that is so close. Look at this. I think it's like 0.1 second. It's so fucking close. This is pushing it. This is really pushing it. I should not be doing it that close. But we're lucky. We get in. We're continuing on 3-3 flanking. 25% damage increase. We get it refreshed. We wait with using focus fire until we can run in and get flanking. Then we use focus, refresh, give the pet energy. Maximal chance that it'll get refreshed again. But you see, we're unlucky. Didn't get refreshed. Another claw didn't get refreshed. We will lose flanking strike bonus here. There's nothing you do about that. Sometimes you get fucked. Sometimes you get fucked, and you back to back, no refresh. That's just life, right? Here, I probably shouldn't have done the amid because focus fire is going to run out. Probably should have done something faster. I go in flanking. I pop focus fire, give the pet energy, hope for a reset. Doesn't reset yet. Doesn't reset, didn't reset there either. We're gonna get fucked again. No flanking, and sometimes you're in the mire. Sometimes you're in the mire, and now flanking strike still on a cooldown. Let's just use focus fire, get a reset, bang, immediately reset. Good. We can start running in and get flankings. Probably should run in immediately, but here we are, flanking up and running, trying to get back to scramble. We want 3-3 of this, and we want to get it floating. I'm not gonna lose my head over it, but I will. I'll prioritize. There we go. Another 5-5 focus. Immediately refresh the flanking. This is good. We're climbing again on the stacks. Bang, bang. 3-3. We're in the zone. We're back in the game. Focus fire. Flanking strike. 5-5. Gonna pop that. Get a reset. Force a reset. We got it. 3-3. And it's just rinse repeat. You keep on doing that. Weave in, weave out. It's pretty damn stressful if I'm honest. Here we're gonna lose it again. And here's what I'm talking about with the gamble. If I gamble here and just, I know the pet will get energy. If I just gamble and think for myself, I'll take that 50% chance that flanking strike is gonna reset. If I did that, I would have been good. Look here, flanking strike is off cooldown. I would have gotten fucking 3-3. But I miss it and I'm down to 0% bonus. 8% bonus now with one stack. Pop focus fire, force another proc, that's great. Do another amid. I'm not sure this is optimal, but we're doing it. 2-2. Okay, decent. We're gonna get another stack here. We can pop another focus. Try and force another. Yep, there we go. Reset. We're gonna get in. 3-3. I have no idea why that didn't go off. We should have gotten 3-3. But I don't know. Latency or lag or whatever, we're back to 1. Sucks. But here we have it. We're gonna do that. We're gonna pop focus. We immediately got a reset. Beautiful. Now we're just waiting for Raptor to run in again. We're doing an aimage shot before. Okay. 3-3. We're in the zone. And we're good. We're good. aim it with 0 clipping, do a trap, run in, 3-3, we're floating. This is good. Rinse, repeat, you know. It's just to get this under the fingers. And again, I see a lot of people go full marksman for this. Maybe it's advisable. You get this 5% more damage. That is pretty good. You get 3-3 barrage, and with the 6 piece of tier 4, that's incredible. Multi-shot suddenly becomes just a nuclear. It's so powerful, so powerful. It hits 5 target, you know, you amph it up with chimeras and kill shots. Absolutely mental, very good damage. So I'm gonna pop this talent over here. But it might be advisable to just go full marksman. But I'm stubborn and I like survival for various reasons. Feign the resist chance to weave various trinkets in and out, etc., etc. Deterrence, because I find myself sometimes clutch tanking some fights. But yeah, I'm gonna cue the flanking video from the start after this ramble. So if you want to view essentially a pretty monotonous weaving video, you can do that from now. Thanks for watching, and have a splendid afternoon.